and in so many ways go back to the core which we made, and we put the ganses in it, and in so many ways we created different dimensions of it. Then I have a very big surprise for you. And that surprise might shock many of you. All of you who made all these ganses, from the CO2 to zinc oxide and the rest, you saw something very funny, and you called it amino acid. This time, in the new understanding of the time, what about now? Instead of loading your reactors with the ganses or liquid ganses of the matter state plasma, with the amino acid ganses. Now, if you understand this, you understand man can create life anywhere in the universe. Because in so many ways, as you were not all expert, when you took the ganses, you brought some of the amino acid with you in it, but you are not aware of it. In all my teachings, I repeated it. Now, this time, if you take the amino acid, make ganses of the amino acid of the same, you can generate life. You become the creator of new cycle, which in its rotation creates a new soul. And this become the way those of you who are in a space technology physical dimension, you will control through emotion, through non-tangible line of communication, through your soul, the craft. This knowledge has been hidden from man because man was not ready. Now that we have made a peaceful man out of the human race, according to our wish, man is ready to understand. Because when your soul is freed in the spans of the universe, in conjunction with the amino acid of the environment, which the soul of the man will come across to, it manifests itself in the physicality of the dimension of the environment of the manifestation. Now you understand. This soul is created out of the amino acid. Not out of the matter states, but with interaction of the amino acid with other elements within the atmosphere of this planet, has dictated the split of the shape to the physicality of the man. Many of you will test different amino acids in your dynamic core reactors. But be aware of the emotion which touches you, not the physicality of the core. You got to understand, rotations over 10 to 20 RPM is even too fast. Those of you who will go to RPM 2,500 and plus, because you have to have confirmation of physicality, look at the rotation of the combination of the physical dimension of protein within the womb of the mother. Some rotate as high as 100 to 200,000 RPM. The faster is for the weaker. The slower is for the stronger. Because as you go slow, you can absorb all the energies. When you go fast, you don't have that time. It's very simple. I explain this in a way, if you're a marathon runner, you run as fast as you can. But when you come to these bottle trays where you have to take your water, if you go very fast, it's very hard to pick. If you go slow, you can pick as many. To be the soul of the man, to understand this operation, and to be able to operate, you have to be the turtle which runs as a rabbit, but in different dimension strength. Now you understand how important the teaching of today is. You could not come to this point if you didn't understand the teaching of past 200 or past 4 or 5 years. It's the accumulation. Then you come to understand something beautiful. If you take the hand of the man, for example, then you'll understand something interesting. You remember the beat? It's the totality of gravitational magnetic. We only look at the physical part, we don't look at the field part. Then, if you understand this, you have found the secret to the universal energy absorption. Those of you who wrote to me very recently and you said, I do this and that, and I said, yes, you're correct. Now you understand. If you look at this, in so many ways, is what we showed as dynamic system on the platform when Marco made the system in Barletta. And I said, this will become the center point of the education for space technology. Now you understand. So now we move to a new dimension, that us become the creators. And with the dimension of the amino acid of this universe, this galaxy, this solar system, this earth gives to the need for 10 fingers and 2 legs and a heart. Where we change to amino acid of the new dimension, because within the center of the soul of the man we have the full spectrum, we'll manifest ourselves as the entity of the universe at a point of interaction. I made man in the image of myself, depending where the man is and what image he wants to manifest himself as. Then you come to another point which is very easy. You remember? When you release a given strength, then here at this point you manifest yourself as one thing, and here with a different strength. Then you understand the emotion of the soul of the man dictates the manifestation of the physicality of the man. Now you understand those of you who said, what are we going to do with these amino acids? Take the amino acid from copper oxide, take the amino acid from zinc oxide, take the amino acid in a combination of either side of the structure of the two, and then add hydrogen to it. Then you shall see how you will manifest yourself, for example, here. Because the system which you start will become part of the structure in combination, in interaction with the soul of the man. The dimension of the physicality will be out, and the man will travel and live through his soul, which means the everlasting peace on this planet has started. Because now we reach the soul of the man through his own creation. It will be very scary point for those who have a wrong intention, because they will lose their soul. Those of you who attempt to make this, make sure you are not, and I mean you are not, stealing and lying to your own soul. Because now you've gone to play with the essence of your own creation. And you remember what I said, those who have the wrong intention will not be able to board the flight, because their souls will not allow them, because it knows it has a wrong intention, and with it, it'll be its demise. I walk off because I want to live with a lie and the cheats I lived on this planet with. It's very much the story of what I said before, the lion's mouth on the wall in Rome. You trust to put your hand in it, and you know, I've done nothing wrong, and I'll take my hand out. Without the fear of what's going to happen. When you have that fear, do not even start, because your soul tells you, red light. You've done so many wrongs. And in that point, those of you who get to that, reach that point, the soul will shut itself down. It means the end of physicality. The day of judgment, when there shall be no God to judge you, but your own soul against your own action. That's why we'll see not many people will travel the span of the universe with us, because they're scared of that mouth to put their hands in, because they don't trust the conduct of their own soul. We will not ban man to enter universal community. Man stops doing it because of no trust is in own intention and work of physicality, but not the soul of the man. As I said, there is no theology in the world of the science of universe. Very simple. You took the souls, you made the dynamic creation of all those ganses and the amino acid. If you look, all these amino acids which you gathered in the dynamic reactor is a copy of the egg and the sperm and the soul of the man. This time, instead of bringing the egg and the sperm together to bring the pattern mosaic of proteins, now you have brought it into game. And in it has the gravitational magnetic field gans of the copper, the zinc. And if you produce zinc and copper in different ways, then different dimensions of the structure of the man in different part of this planet. So there's a zinc in one part, higher magnesium in another part, makes you Chinese looking or make you African looking. but in essence the rest is all the same. Now, for the first time, man learns how to create of his own essence, copy of itself in the dimension of physicality, and travel the span of universe through the strength of his own soul. I wonder if you like to eat yourself, let alone another. How many of you have seen many cows getting absorbed from the South Pole and many elephants coming from the North Pole? That because the earth absorbs what it needs in the field of strength and transfers that to the existence of life within the surface, equal to what is needed to create balance on itself. Now you understand even why we have different creatures in different parts of this planet and how it comes to be. But in essence, all have amino acid protein as a base. This has been one of the mysteries of creation, not given to man. Now you have it. And my wish is that no man will ever try to abuse it. This is a tool of peace. This is the ultimate weapon of peace. Knowing that I can exist, I can create more beautiful things than myself, that the others can enjoy, is not a sacrifice. It's serving through the soul of the man in a way that the soul of the man was served in the womb of mother to gain life. This is what these teachings are about. In so many ways, we are reaching the pinnacle of understanding of totality. Now, when you use the amino acids of different combination of copper in different tanks you created, or zinc or whatever, understand one thing. I created them, so they're connected to my soul. It's me who puts them together, and it's my energy which is part of it. So it's connected to me. This is how we control the space reactors in this deep space physical conditions. Where I keep on saying that the present computers and even the faster ones are not as fast as the motion of the soul of the man, not even the thought and emotion of the man in the strength. Then you understand, according to intention of the emotion of the soul, man dictates the speed of his travel in the span of the universe. And then in the interaction with the conditioned fields of the interaction of the strength, dictates the manifestation of itself at the point of the universe where he decides to release, or as I call peel, the banana to the level that's body strength more is exposed, that it can interact, and the interaction of the fields of the soul of the man with gravitational magnetic field of the environments of the destination leads to the creation of the soul of the man and the strength of the environment in the physical dimension, or what we call soul of physicality. That's the way you manifest yourself. In the teaching of this morning, past few minutes, I have opened the secret of creation to man. Many of you will never understand. And those who understand have found the key into universal community. And those of you thoroughly understood the technology from the beginning, then you understand the physical dimension of the existence. As I said, I shall never make the mistakes of the prophet of the past and cross the line. Because I have already owned the soul of the man, which is mine, not the others. And if I respect my soul in the dimension of physicality, I will do the same with others. And I create a gap distance that they can have the pleasures of existence, but not stealing from, or not to be stolen from. Understand these points very clearly. Then in a way, I have given you another key to become man of universe. Those of you who dare to test the amino acid, be aware of the physical dimensions of the existence within the physical soul of the man.